Hi, everybody in the Self Forgiveness and Money group. This is Debbie, and I am here with a video today to help you track your money. If you don't already have a tool that you're using that you're happy with, and even if you do, it's fun to try out other options to see maybe there's a simpler one that you can use. So as you may remember, I committed along with you to track my money in the last call on Wednesday. So I started on Thursday, and what I decided to do, I had a journal that I took with me. I was going to write everything down, and then I was like, well, I wonder if there's an easier way to do it. So I had searched the App Store and found a really great app called Money Manager, and it's free and got great reviews. So I've been using it since Thursday and have found it really fun and really valuable and super simple. So you can just search the App Store for Money Manager if you decide that you want to try this out. So here's what it looks like on my phone. So if you see here this yellow icon, it says Money Manager. And I don't know if you can see, there's like a little piggy bank with a coin going into it. How affirming is that? That money is flowing in for you. Okay, so I have a few expenses from yesterday that I have not tracked yet. And one bit of income, and every bit of income counts, so count it all. So what I would do is I would open, I'm just pressing on that. So I'm opening my Money Manager, and I see a list of my past income and expenses, so don't worry about that for the moment. And so I want to add expenses. So I simply go to this button right here, which is add. Oops, there we go. And so here are a list of categories that Money Manager actually already has for you. So some of the ones on here, or I may need to get my glasses, are food, bills, transportation, home, etc. And then there's also a space where you can add. So you can add your own category if you don't see it there. So for example, a number of my expenses are around my business. So I would add something on Forgiving Connects, and I might add even some separate categories if I'm interested in knowing where I'm spending my money within my business or in different aspects of my personal life. Okay, so there's also a way to add income, and we're going to get to that in a moment. So right now I'm on expenses. It automatically populated the expenses for me. So let's see, what do I have? So I went to the co-op, and the total charge was 23. 18 of that was for food. So food is the first one on here, and it's a lot of what my expenses are. So I just press on the food icon. A little button comes up so I can add the amount. So I'm adding 18. And then there's a little spot where I can add in a memo. So I'm going to add in a memo that just says groceries. So see, I'm adding that in, and then I press done here at the bottom. And then there's a button, a little check mark. So I check that, and it's added to my expenses, which is so cool. So $5 of the 18 were for toothpaste. So I actually am interested to know, like, my personal hygiene, self-care, that kind of thing. Maybe supplements would fall under there too, like how much I'm spending on that. So I'm going to add that as a separate category. And I'm looking down to see, does it have anything for personal expenses? So it had personal, what did I say? Personal hygiene. So it has something for beauty, and that's good enough for me because I know what that means. But I could also add another category. So I'm just adding $5, and then I'm going to put toothpaste. And you don't even need to get like that crazy about it. I like to know. Okay, cool. And then I also had 10 cents of interest in my bank account. So I'm really wanting to add that, right? Because every little bit counts and it makes a difference. So I'm going to, again, click this button. Now it shows the expenses. I can shift to income up here. So I just press this little arrow and I can shift to income. So here's income in different categories. So it says salary, rental, refunds, awards, grants. How cool is this? Investments, dividends. So I'm going to put add, and my category name is interest. So I just added that, and then that shows up there, interest. So now I'm going to click on that, and I'm adding in 10 cents. And then for my memo, I'm putting just checking account interest. Just checking account. And then I'm done. And then I need to make sure to do that so that it adds. So now it adds both my income and my expenses. So right now I have $229.71 in expenses and $15 in income. So initially, when I was writing out all my expenses, I realized like contracted, like, oh, every dollar I spend and I haven't brought in income. Well, a lot of my income comes in at the beginning of the month. And I'm like, it's coming. Like, it's okay. So when I realized that I was being not being, because that's not who I am, when I was experiencing contraction in my consciousness, I made a choice to bless every dollar that goes out and every dollar that goes in. And then I reminded myself that money is coming and that I always have an ability to create more funds. And it was really helpful. And I'll do one self-forgiveness around this now, because you can always do self-forgiveness when you're tracking money. That's one of the great benefits of tracking, is that you can realize, like, where are your beliefs or your patterns or your stories showing up. This is a practical way for that to come to light. So for me, I forgive myself for judging myself for feeling tight about money I spend. I forgive myself for judging myself for feeling like it's not okay to invest in me and my self-care. And I give all this over, and I am so grateful for the opportunity to put dollars toward my own health and well-being and yummy food. Okay, I'm going to show you one other thing on this app. So it's pretty neat. You can export all of this. So say you're tracking for a month and you're like, well, I want to get this on my computer. You can do that with this app. So there's 3 lines here. And one of the things is export. So export, I already did this. So export here, and it goes in a CSV file, which is very similar to an Excel file. And I press OK. And then my email pops up, which is my email associated with this app. So I just type in the email address I want to send it to. Here's my document. And then I could open it up and I could make changes, or I can then merge it if I have another tracking document, or I could simply use that as my document for tracking my income and expenses, and it adds everything up. So I'm going to stop there. That was a decent amount of information. Again, it's Money Manager, one of many apps out there that you could use to track your expenses. I have my phone with me wherever I go. You'll see if you forget, like I forgot to add in last night. So I'm doing it this morning, and I'm okay with that because I'm getting it in there. And that's it for today. You even got a bit of a demonstration of self-forgiveness. So comment below how it goes for you if you try it, or if you have other apps or other resources that you use to track your expenses and your income, your savings, your debt. This way we can all learn from each other. Okay, everyone, have a great, fantastic, terrific week. Bye.